Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and in this video I got a very special video for you guys. So I've been pushing a lot of ladder recently, and I'm currently top 85 in the world, so like top 100 global, and I've been using this Pekka deck. And yeah, I just been playing a ton of Clash since like last night and earlier this morning. I just wanted to like speedrun, get to Ultimate Champion as quick as possible. This is a deck I've been doing it with, and I want to give you guys a matchup guide on how to play certain matchups. I don't know, to hopefully give you guys a better understanding on what to do. So with that being said, if you guys also want to add me on Clash, I'm going to leave my Instagram in the description below, so you guys can just follow me on Insta and then send me a DM with your friend link saying that like, yo, I'm from YouTube or something like that. So yeah, with that being said, let's go straight into some matches. Here is the first match. It's against Dorian. Dorian is playing a heavy golem deck, kind of like the golem decks you've been seeing like a couple seasons ago, I think in like September, where they have Chef Tower, Mini Pekka Witch. So it's like the exact same deck basically, except he has Evil Ghost. And I'm going to show you guys how to play against this type of deck. And, he's got the Elixir Collector. Even though the Elixir Collector did get a nerf, I've still been seeing it so much, which is actually kind of annoying because I just want that card to not exist anymore. It's just such a bad concept for the game. Like, I'm not even lying, bro, but pretty much just fireball the pumps, man. You cannot let him get an elixir advantage. He goes golem in the back. Typical plays, guys. Like, typical plays so far. Gold in the back. You just go peck in the back. In this matchup, it's all about heavily relying on Magic Archer alignments. If you could align your Magic Archer super well in this matchup, it's a really good way to defend these Golem decks. So for example, like I go Marcher right there because I'm pretty sure it just like clips all the skeletons and stuff like that. So yeah, the Marcher is going to do a pretty phenomenal job at defending. So I go for my Electro Wizard high, and pretty solid defense so far. Like I said, I just tend to fireball the pumps in single, and then just kind of defend with, like I said, your Pekka Magic Archer. At this point in time, I get really aggressive, and I try to play things in front of my Pekka just because my Pekka has pretty low HP. So when my Pekka is really low HP like that, I tend to play things in front of it just to kind of maximize the HP it has in a way because everything else is tanking for it, if that makes sense. And that's what I like to do. My Pekka is already kind of full HP, doesn't really matter what you do. So really, really solid so far. At this point in time, like, this is my hand, guys. You see my hand? I have Zap, Fireball, Magic Archer, and Pekka. This is really important, guys. I can't do anything here. The reason why is if I cycle Zap, I can't full kill his Witch. He goes for a really awkward, pump. It just really doesn't do much because it's double elixir, 1 minute remaining. I couldn't Zap or Fireball because he just goes Evil Witch. I need my Fireball Zap combo in hand to full kill his Witch, even though something kind of funny happens after the fact, regardless of what I'm saying right here. But I really couldn't cycle anything in that situation because I need the Fireball Zap. And this is kind of what I'm talking to you guys about. Just kind of watch this. It's a little funny, but right here I just go for my usual defense. I go for my Fireball Zap, but I miss my Zap, which is really unfortunate. Otherwise, like, that just full kills the Witch and everything just drops where he couldn't really do anything right there. I just kind of need some damage on the right-hand lane and stuff like that, which is totally fine. Like, it is what it is. I think I go for my Pekka high. Yeah, go for my Pekka right there, just to kind of absorb all the damage, just stuff like that. But I played it really, really well. Just fireball the pumps in single, abuse your magic archers in single, and then hold your fireball zap in double when they make a really big attack, and then just go stupid crazy. Let's go ahead and jump for the next match. Here's the next match against Pekka Master, and let me tell you guys right now, like, the type of defenses I was doing in this match, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I was kind of surprising myself, dude. I was kind of surprising myself with the defenses I was like pulling off in this matchup, but I'm thankful. Yet another pump deck again. I faced like 3 pump decks in a row, by the way, guys. I faced 3 pump decks in a row. Oh my gosh, I just can't stress it enough. I could talk about how much pump needs a nerf like every single day, but I go for a bandit right there. He goes for an elixir pump. At this point, I just take a fireball, just get it out the way. um, and like, honestly, I would like to say that in the past, 3M was actually Pekka Fireball's matchup, but now with the 3M rework, how 3M does not die to Fireball plus Zap anymore, I would like to definitely say that it is definitely 3M's matchup now. Because how do you kill a defensive 3M? You can't anymore. You literally cannot. So they just get all the value in the world, which is really annoying. So this matchup is really just a kind of about playing patiently, stacking magic archers in the back as much as you can, and only being able to go in when the opportunity is right. Like he just goes for another pump because he's just relying on his elixir advantage as usual. I just go for my bandit, I just go for another fireball. This is kind of annoying because he's just out cycling my fireballs at this point. Like he's got the ghost, heal spirit, rage. He's just like cycling those like really cheap cards to get to his pump quicker, which is super annoying. Um, so yeah, this matchup is just you're basically gonna see me playing defense all game for the most part, but that's because I kind of have to, and like he's just putting on all the pressure in the world. But my defenses were just immaculate. They were just picture perfect defenses every single time, which is what led me to win this match. Um, so yeah, like look at this already. He's got a monk ability, Evo L Jack, E-bar, so I had to kite everything. He's got the Evo Ghost on the board. I go for my Evo Ghost, and at this point it's just like, oh my gosh, what is going on the field right now? I don't know. Like look at this. He still has an Evo Ghost and an Evo L Jack. I put everything right here in the middle, and then I have to kite this Lumberjack again around town, and he goes for that. At this point, I'm just like, okay, I have to Pekka this. So I go for Pekka, which is kind of annoying. And at this point, I'm just like, wow, what just happened? Like, what literally was that? So at this point, I go for Magic Archers in the back. I know this is probably like an awkward play to you guys too, how I'm cycling like Marchers like in front or basically same lane in the Monk, but it's because if I cycle Ewiz first, Ewiz is just way too fast. So I don't like my Ewiz being super far up on the map, which is why I played Marchers first, and then like I Ewiz after. But like, look at this again, another immaculate defense yet again, just going crazy, bro. It's just, it's insane, dude. Literally just defend, wait for the perfect opportunity. He goes for a pump. I just go for a fireball because we don't like pumps, guys. We do not want pumps around here, so he goes for Elite Barbarians yet again. I go for Marcher in the back because he has no big spell. So, and then after this, it's just like, oh my gosh, another monk at the bridge, another evil lumberjack at the bridge. You see what I'm saying, guys? Thankfully, my magic archer actually looked at the other troops as opposed to the monks, so my marcher stayed alive. Um, but literally just holding on and holding on. I go for my ghost, I go for my evil battle ram. This is really unfortunate too, how the ghost splashed my marcher like that. It was really bad, but really good that my evil battle ram also got a connection. I go for my E-Wiz down low, and then like look at this attack again, guys. Like, oh my gosh. He goes for Elite Barbarians, Heal Spirit. I'm just like, what is going on, dude? What is going on with this game right now, dude? I go for a zap, and look at the defense. Yet again, guys. Like, everything was so chaotic, but I hope you guys can, like, understand how my defense is going, like all the little micro interactions I'm doing. You're trying to maximize your ghost value, you're trying to maximize your Pekka value. Playing your cards perfectly is literally the only way to defend this matchup. And then he tries to go for like some crazy play right there, which like I see where he was coming from, but like it wasn't gonna work. So at the end I just go for my fireball plus zap. And he is in the damage lead, but at this point I go for this. My bandit right there. I go for a magic archer because I have to, and then the magic archer is going to do me very, very well right there. So much spam, guys. So much spam. Um, I don't even know what to say, but that was a really, really solid match against a 3M deck. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump for the next one. So here's the next match. It's against Alpha Eye Billy, and this is like a Sparky bait deck. I don't know what it is, but I've kind of been seeing a lot of Sparky bait decks running around. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a Ghost in the back. Typical plays. Typical plays. So he goes for bats in the back, and then he goes for a mini Pekka. At this point, I wasn't really too familiar exactly what this could be. But yeah, let's see here. He goes for mini Pekka, and then right here, he has a mirror, guys. He has a mirror. So mirror mini Pekka is absolutely just wild, dude. It's just so wild. So I go for my bandit. He goes for a zap right there. After this, I go for my magic archer in the middle. And I think I take a zap here. Yeah, I take a zap just to deny one extra shot, because if I didn't zap, that mini Pekka would get 2 shots. This matchup, guys, pretty much goes for like all the other Sparky matchups. You have to pressure when they go Sparky the back. Just because like if you just sit and defend, your defense is gonna be really awkward just because you have like abundance of elixir. Like I know that kind of doesn't make too much sense, but it's kind of awkward to defend when you're like super like heavy on elixir because you're kind of forced to play things in their lane. So you want to actually play opposite lane just a little bit, just so like you can actually like tuck your air cards in the back. For example, if you go Magic Archer, same lane as soon as they Sparky the back, and your Magic Archer is going to be way too pressed up on the field, you need to make sure you pressure opposite lane to one, force their mini Pekka out, and two, make sure you can have your Ewiz or Magic Archer down low on the field so it can actually defend properly as opposed to getting exposed. So for example, like my Magic Archer is pretty low on the field now. So right here, I can kind of just sit on it a little bit and just let it do its thing, to be honest. So that's what I like to do. But it's all, like I said, it's all about just getting the actual mini Pekka out of hand because giant Sparky mini Pekka combos really just obnoxious to defend. So just kind of keep that in mind. Never try to just like play Marcher or Ewis first in response to the mini Pekka, or I mean in response to the Sparky in the bag. Always pressure opposite lane with the Battle Ram or Bandit first to um first try to force the mini Pekka out, and two, try to actually build up a solid defense. Magic Archer right here, just to kind of snipe. I go for a Ghost as well. Really crazy that the mini Pekka got kited by that. I wasn't expecting, so I had to go last second E-Wiz to protect my Marcher, because Marcher is really important, as you guys can tell. He has bats, he's got minion horde, so I go for a Zap just to force a tower down, like if he doesn't, just because he needs to play more, Right here, I go for another Marcher down low because I need low Marchers to defend. I go for a Ghost right here, and then I go for an E-Wiz, and everything's just looking absolutely phenomenal. I just played lights out. Perfect right there. That is how I like to play. And like I said, guys, this is for pretty much all the other Sparky decks you'll play against. Just pressure when they go Sparky back, and then just Marcher down low, and then Pekka up top. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and jump for the next match. Okay, so here's the final match. It's a Pekka mirror match, except he has Mother Witch, and I have Magic Archer. And yeah, I go Pekka in the back first play because I feel like I didn't really have the most optimal hand. And yeah, so I'll just go Pekka in the back. But thankfully against Pekka mirror matches, Pekka first play is actually not that bad of a play if they go Ghost. So a pretty solid start for me in general. Right here, it's also pretty nice. I just go for a Battle Ramp because he has no Ghost. And Ghost is a really effective answer to a Battle Ramp. So since he didn't have that in rotation, that's like really solid for me. And yeah, so really solid damage so far. Guys, this is a matchup where you have to kind of like take damage in order to give damage as well. I go for a low E-Wiz, and then he goes for Battle Ram, so I'm taking some damage from the Battle Ram, but I'm also taking damage on the left side from the Pekka because I need my troops to kind of stay alive. Like, if I played a high E-Wiz right there, my E-Wiz would just die and stuff like that. And look at my Ghost. I needed that because now I'm going to get damage as well. Really, really important, guys. Just you gotta kind of take a little bit of damage in this matchup in order to give some damage. Like, I go for a Magic Archer right there, and then he just goes for a Fireball, so I'll just go for a Bandit. He goes for a pretty interesting Bandit. I think he probably thought I was kind of low on Elixir, but it's totally fine. So yeah, not the greatest Bandit on his end. So right here, I just go for a Ghost because I know he's pretty low on Elixir, and he just doesn't have the most optimal hand. So I just go for this to threaten the tower, and overall, like, I'm in a pretty good spot. Like, don't get me wrong, but, like, look at both my towers. So if this were to go to a 2-tower game, which, like, it does, basically, yeah, I'm kind of cooked. Because if he just takes my tower, I'm basically going against a 3100 HP tower compared to, like, an 1800 HP tower. So my thought here was to try my best to defend, but, like, if I can't defend, then I just can't defend. So, for example, this guy actually does go kind of crazy on this side. Like, he goes for a Battle Ram, and then he goes for a Ghost. I'm like, how do I defend that? If that was a normal Ghost, I would have tried my best to defend it. But with an evil Ghost, I'm like, you know what? Just take the tower. I don't want to risk overspending Elixir just to still lose my tower. That was my thought behind that. I go for a Fireball right here, and I go for a Ghost because I felt like he was kind of low on Elixir, and I wanted to take advantage as much as I can. So I go a little crazy here. And yeah, so overall, like, I thought I was going to do a little bit better too, like that push, but it didn't, unfortunately. But my Magic Archer kind of, it didn't do too crazy right there. I go for my Pekka because he's kind of low on, Elixir. So I kind of recognize that and stuff like that. And yeah, this match is extremely, extremely close now. So right here, just go for my Electro Wizards. And I just kind of overwhelmed this Pekka because I know this matchup is pretty important to overwhelm the Pekkas too, just to make your Pekka as healthy as possible. But he gets a really, really good Fireball off right there, and I'm like, dang, like, that's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. He goes for a Zap right there too, And yeah, this match is getting a little chaotic, guys. It's all about who just wins their bridge battles. That's literally all it's about. He gives me a good fireball value right there, so I definitely take that to get in the damage lead. I need all the damage I can get. I go for my E-Wiz down low. I go for my bandit right here just to make sure that Ghost doesn't do any funny business, and I reset with a Pekka down low. Just about winning those bridge battles. He goes for a really nice bandit right there too, which is kind of annoying. Full kills my E-Wiz and it kills my Ghost. I'm like, dang, like that's kind of a tragic ending right there. So, and that was also really bad. I wish my Marcher actually shot one time because I would have full killed the E-Wiz because like one Marcher shot plus a fireball just full kills the E-Wiz, which is also, or yeah, it's also a really important thing to try to do in this matchup. But it is what it is. At this point, I go for my Pekka. I go for my Ghost because if I didn't do that, that Ghost just splashes on my tower. So this game is just getting really crazy, guys. It's getting real crazy. Like, this guy's a phenomenal Pekka player, so it didn't help my matters. I go for my Fireball right there. He goes for a Fireball himself. At this point, I just go for a Marcher because it pierces their E-Wiz on this tile. So I just reset with another Pekka in the back, man. Just, dude, literally just holding on. I'm just holding on. I go for my Ghost right here. And yeah, I think right here, not the greatest zap on my end. Like what was that zap? He goes for a really good fireball plus zap himself. At this point, I thought I lost because the Pekka did not hit his Pekka one time. I was like, dude, did I just lose because of that? Like, I thought that was the game-ending play. He just spams me like crazy. I go crazy myself. I go for a really nice zap, just doing everything. And at this point, it's like a do-or-die push at this, like, I'm talking so fast, but this match was so hectic, guys. He tried to predict my Magic Archer with the Pekka right there. I go for my Fireball. I go for my E-Wiz right there. He gets to go for a Fireball on defense, and I'm like, that is what I'm talking about. I go for a really nice zap, and oh my gosh, everything just went so well the last 5 seconds of the match. Woo! Really good game against that really strong Pekka player. That's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll do more next time.